Hi, welcome to Growing with Gardenuity. Today I'm going to walk you through how simple it is putting together a tropical desktop garden. My name's Donna Letier and I'm one of the co-founders of Gardenuity and the CEO. To start, you've got everything you need. So take a minute to be prepared to enjoy the process, because when you nurture nature, it nurtures you right back. So everybody has a different planter, whether you have a bamboo planter, a concrete planter, a porcelain planter. One thing they all have in common is really great drainage. That's really important. The next thing on the bamboo planter is you've got a clear plastic liner. So you can go ahead and take the clear plastic liner and pop it right into the bamboo planter. If you're planting a concrete planter or a porcelain planter, that doesn't really matter. We added it to the bamboo planter just to keep the bamboo clean. Next, this is what you're actually going to be planting your garden in. Look at the size of the drainage holes. It's got really beautiful drainage holes that also serve as a way to keep the airflow through the roots, so the roots can receive the oxygen they need to really thrive. Next, we included something that might look like packing material, but it's actually a green aeration mat. We've had recycled bottles turned into our green aeration mat. Again, we're doing everything we can to make sure the roots get the air they need so they can thrive on your desktop. So take your green aeration mat and put it right into the bottom of the planter there. Next, we've got foundation. And the foundation is custom blended specifically to meet the needs of the tropical plants that you're planting. It's called foundation because everybody and every plant need a proper foundation to thrive. So go ahead and open up your foundation, and this is when I like to tell people to let all your senses be part of the process. This smells really good. It's really incredibly made with recycled tea and yogurt and coffee. It's got everything it needs that the plants need to thrive. So what I want you to do is pour it right on top, all the way up to the top line. And you can see the perlite, you can see all of the actually coconut husks in here that have been washed in calcium. This is really rich and the perfect foundation for your tropical plants to thrive. Next, let's talk about the plants. Anytime you're planting a plant indoors, other than succulents, you want to make sure they're well watered. So our plants travel with a little extra care. You want to go ahead and take off the little core wrap and any of the wrapping around it, and make sure before you plant your plants that they're well watered. A lot of times I'll put my tropical plants like this just in a little bowl of water for about 5 minutes so they can soak up any hydration that will help them thrive when you get them planted. So I'm going to go ahead now, knowing that all these plants are matched to each other based on their hydration needs, their nutritional needs, and the amount of sunshine they need to help them thrive. You know that the plant collection you have is from one of our family-owned farm partners, and they'll grow beautifully together. What they all have in common is a really healthy root system. So the way to take a plant out of the planter's pot is put your fingers over, turn it upside down, and just start squeezing. And that will loosen up the roots. And then I'm gonna put this Bella Palm right in the corner, and I'm gonna press it down. We're gonna add a little more soil in a minute, but I press it down. I'm gonna do the same thing with the air fern and also with the arrowhead. So you squeeze it and you dig a hole as deep as the planter's pot that it comes in. This air fern is one of my favorite tropical plants. And when you think about the tropics, all the different textures that come into being, I love how the colors and the textures just look beautiful together, and we know we're giving them everything they need to thrive. So I've now taken the arrowhead and placed it in there, and again, all these were started as cuttings from previous plants with our nursery. The thing that takes the longest is now I want you to take your orange scoop and really fill in the corners. We want to get as much of this foundation packed around these plants as possible. The reason being is this foundation is so chock full of nutrients and really is going to give them the nutritional foundation that they need to thrive. So I'll probably be able to fit in 4 or 5 different scoops, and don't be gentle, really push down the soil. And as you can see, we include everything in the kit except for gloves, because actually the neurological benefits of connecting with the soil have been proven for decades, and we want you to reap the benefits of actually connecting with a little bit of nature. Next, we've got serum. So what I want you to do is fill your orange scoop with water, and this serum is made exclusively for Gardenuity. It has kelp extract, plant proteins, carbohydrates, and kelp. It is such a great soil amendment, and it's everything these tropical plants need to thrive. The plant proteins in here, along with the kelp extract, the humate, and the carbohydrates are just what the soil needs. And so when you have a healthy soil system, you're going to have a really healthy root system. So just put a couple of drops into the orange scoop of water and then slowly release it right on top of the soil. Next, we've got moss. The moss is not going to help with the health of the plants, but it totally finishes it out and makes it look great. So this is my before, and then let me show you the after. I just break up the moss, really spread it around the corners. And again, it's one of those things, this is going to be on your desktop, and it's just a great way to aesthetically finish it out. And if you think about it, tropical plants are used to growing in the tropics under big canopies of trees, so it makes kind of a lot of sense that we would add a little bit of more moss. So now let me tell you about the care. There's 3 things that are important. 1, 4 to 5 hours of sunlight a day is really what's going to help this garden thrive. The next thing is, we want to give you an opportunity to really be nurtured, and we talk about micro steps a lot. Micro steps create macro moments. So we include a mister. The plants obviously are tropical and they love humidity. So every morning, we hope you'll take your mister before you turn on your computer and mist your garden 2 or 3 times. It takes 2 or 3 seconds, but that's a really lovely way to begin your practice of growing gratitude. And in a world that is so full of fast pace and everything due right now, it's interesting because anxiety and gratitude neurologically cannot coexist. So anything we can do to help grow our practice of gratitude and using nature to do it is a win-win. Next, let's talk about hydration. Remember we talked about the size of the drainage holes in the bottom? Once a week, I want you to just take it out of the clear plastic liner in the black plastic liner, put it in a bowl of water. I do mine on Saturday mornings at home. I have about 10 of these at home. I let it sit for anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. It will hydrate everything that it needs. And then I stick it on the sink, let any excess water drain out, and that's when I put it back into the bamboo planter. And then it's ready to thrive. Another tip is to rotate your garden, because you want your plants to grow up, and they will grow towards the sun, and if you rotate it, they will eventually just grow up. Now you all have full access to GrowPro, which means you've got at the ready by emailing growpro@gardenuity.com people who can help you if you have questions, if you just want to brag that your garden's so beautiful, or how you're incorporating kind of nurturing your garden into your own self-care routine. Anything you need regarding this garden, GrowPro is here to help. The one question that does come up is how long will it grow in this planter before it's time to transplant to bigger planter. GrowPro can help you. There's no specific time frame because it depends on the plants, depends on where it is, how much sun it's getting. So if you're planting with 3 friends at the exact same time, but they all place it in different locations, they're all going to have different growth rates. The next thing I want to remind you of is to feed your garden with the serum just about once a month. So do it the same way. A couple drops into your scoop of water, really put it right on the soil, and then your soil will be as nourished as it needs to be to really provide the nutrients to the plants so they'll grow healthy and happy. See, getting dirty for good really is fun, and we're really excited to be growing with you.